Centennial 76 back with you here, and what we're working on is the wiper post board. To change it out here, pulse board. Sorry, for the 1993 k1500. See, same truck either way. So the first thing I need to do is take these screws out here. So let's get the top one out. All right, top one. The bottom one. And my brake booster's slightly in the way here, so I'm going to have to use the short end of my tool. There we go. Now we got it turning. A little bit of finesse. Alright, pull that one out. Now when I do stuff like this, I do use a magnetic tray. I really like the US General round magnet trays from Harbor Freight. They're not very expensive. They're pretty cheap. And, if it messes up, throw it away, buy another one. Alright, got my third screw out. Now there's only three screws. So there's one up top, one in the bottom, one in the middle. Let me set my tool to the side for just a moment. Now there is a plastic locking pin from factory. I would suggest that you do not mess that up because you'll wish you hadn't. You just take a pair of needle nose here, put it in, you slightly squeeze it on the back side of the locking mechanism. Once you do that, it'll clip loose. Pull it out. Well, I lost that out of the truck. Give me just a moment. Let me go get that because it's very important. All right, so back up I come. I have it out, and as you can see, it is slotted. And if you just squeeze it on the back side of where the two little ears are, you can pull it out very easy without messing it up. You really don't want to mess these up. You do want to keep them up. Past that, you could probably use like a zip tie or something of that nature to keep it from coming out. Then, let's see. You just lift up on the back here. Hope you can see that. Let me put my hands too much in the way. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There's a song all about that. And your pin comes out. Okay, now my last few videos, I did say I think it only had like a 3-pin set. I'm wrong. All 5 pins are in here in the connection. Whether they work or not, they're on the connection. Now, after that, I'm just going to wiggle the case off. Now, I don't just throw these cases away. I do keep them for a while, just in case I need one, or if I crack one or something of that nature, so I can put them back in. So we're going to set that to the side here. And as you can see, my board's in here. And they got some silicone in there from the factory, but that really don't do much. Just pull it out. There's some grease on there to keep it from, rubbing against that board. Looks like they put some dielectric on here. The dielectric looks a little worn out. That's all right. I got new dielectric and new grease that I'm going to put on the new one. There's grease down in here that's nice and lubed. It hasn't been touched, hasn't been used. It's just excess grease that they put in there from the factory. Now I'm going to use this excess grease to lube up my new board and my new connections. So, let's get the new board out here. We'll shut the box back. I'll obviously. And I just wipe a little bit of this excess grease out. I'll rub it on the top here. A thick little amount. I put a little bit down in here. I want to make sure my end of my pins here ain't covered up. As you can see, a little grease there, a little grease there. Nothing too bad. Wipe my finger off on the edge of the board. That ain't going to hurt nothing. Then we turn the board over. Now, when you go to put this in, there is a slotted spot on the top here, slotted spot on the bottom here. And these two little slots here, well, sorry, let me get you a little closer. Slot here and slot here. Slides into the slotted piece on the case here for the wiper. And that helps make sure it slides into place where it should. Let me get it good and straight here. Don't force nothing. You'll wish you hadn't. Back in. I'm going to take my fingers and kind of make sure this back side's in good. Front side, all that's in real good. Like so. Pretty easy to do. Now we pull out the new cover, because it'll look a lot prettier because it's a new cover. And let's get a new bolt, because this did come with new bolts. Now this is a Dorman board. I'm a big fan of Dorman. They make really nice products. If you don't know about Dorman, what they are, it's a company that's been around, I can't tell you how long, but a lot of your manufacturers go to Dorman when they have problems with their problems, problems with their products. Then they, hold on, I'm trying to get a tool here. They contract Dorman to fix the problem. So Dorman is the problem solution company for sure. All right, so we're going to get that one in. We're not going to quite snug it up all the way just yet. And then we're going to go with the top one here. Once again, you don't have to rush anything. Take your time. This is a simple little project. Take your time. Enjoy your day. Happy little screws, as Bob Ross would say. And we just slightly snug them in until I get all of them in. Now, the bottom one's a little bit of the hardest of the three. I try to hand tighten stuff as far as I can, or as best as I can, before I have to put any kind of tool on something. And it's going in pretty easy. All right, so once that's in, just a little bit, we put a tool on it. And unfortunately, my brake booster, like I said on the first one, it's slightly in the way. Let's get our tool back in here. And we try to get full range of motion on any kind of twist that we can, no matter what it is. So it's got a decent little snug at this point on it. I'm going to go back and put a decent little snug on this one up here. And a decent little snug on the third one over here. Yeah. We'll go long shot. Okay, after that, it doesn't take a lot of tightening. You don't want to over tighten this, you will break the case, and you'll wish you kept your original, didn't just toss it or break it on the way out. All right, so there we take it, and we got it in. You know, nothing special. It just is what it is. And like I said, for anybody that's never done this, I hope this is a very helpful video. Now at this point, we'll just take our plug here. Now do make sure that you take this water seal. Make sure it's decently pushed down. It don't take a whole lot of force to get it back in place. And then just slightly snug it in. Down to the point you make sure your snap in the back goes back over. Then we pull out our locking pin here. And slide it back in. Now at this point, hold on, I'm a little OCD. I like to not have fingerprints and stuff on something that I just done, or grease marks or whatever. There we go, and voila! The new wiper post board is in place. This is my old one. Now, if you watched any of my other videos, if you want to pause and kind of look at some of them, there is a little bit of a difference between this old one and the new one. But we're talking about you might as well say 1992 technology versus 2026 technology. And that's what we got. Now, let me detach my phone here from my holder. And let's go turn the wipers on and see what we're going on with the wipers now. All right, so here we are. Let me back my footage up just a little bit. All right, so let's go with the first delay. Let's see how that does us. So in my head, it was 27 seconds. Now we're going to go up to the max delay. Which looks a lot nicer than what I was originally getting out of it. Okay, so we're going to go to the low wipe. My low wipe is now working better than what my high wipe was before the new board. And let's go over to high wipe. Not as fast as I'd like, but that's significant enough that I could drive if I had to turn my highs on. So, let's turn it all the way back off. And there you have it, folks. We have a new wiper pulse wiper pulse board installed in the 1993 k1500. But if y'all will, like, subscribe, comment, follow, and share. And until next time, Centennial 76 out. Y'all have a wonderful day.